All right, so here we are. Welcome to Rubysoda Live, RSTV, we call it. Today we're talking to Zarina Weston from Kenzina. She's the CEO. I'm going to try and work this. Just give me a second. I'm going to
Yes,
bring her in.
sorry.
All right, here we go. I was just saying technology works when it works, and then when it doesn't, it's like, oh, shoot me now. All right, so as I was saying, Zarina started Kenzina about 2 years ago now. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool, 2 years. Tell us more. Tell us how did you feel when you like what was the moment when you went, I'm gonna do this?
Well, long story short, first, I've been using similar product for a long time, like an eye mask. Well, I'm a mom of two, all right? So let's start from there. So I always wake up, my kids never sleep. I cursed with the non-sleeping children. So I'll always wake up with the puffy eyes. And I was like buying some eye masks from David Jones, from Mecca, from other brands. But usually, actually have examples. Like usually they come like that, like this, individually packed. And since having
that
children,
like throw away
yeah, like they're just like that, yeah.
Yeah, right.
But when you have children, you kind of you have your mentality shifts as well a little bit.
Yep.
So I was thinking it must be some other way where it can be a product which can be packaged more sustainable. So then the idea came that that the eye masks, they can come in a container of multiple pairs. So that's what inspired me to have it. So that's why I launched my first product, the eye masks, and they come in a container of 60 pieces or 30 pairs. So it's more sustainable. So like when you compare like this kind of product, like 30 packs, it's a packet like that, and so much waste we produce.
100%.
And so that's how it started. So 2 years ago, and I've been working on the formula with the lab for almost 6 months. Wow. And it just happened, when it was a few delays, and then COVID was starting to happen all over the world. And I was thinking, no, it's going to be fine. We're going to be fine. We're going to be fine, keep saying to myself. And then the product arrived to Australia, maybe just cleared the customs. And then they're shutting everything down. And I'm sitting at home with, I had very big plans. And I'm sitting at home and we have a lot of 1,000 products sitting there in our apartment, and I was thinking, what are we gonna do? How are we gonna sell it? And but I think COVID played actually quite a crucial part in my in my business in a good way, because people were stuck at home, was nothing to do. A lot of places were closed, so people, as we know, we were just stuck on the phone and scrolling. So and
opportunity, right? Opportunity. That's fantastic, right? I hear your story, and I totally get where you're coming from, because I'm a marketer by by trade, well, designer by training, but marketer by trade, and I realize that those people, it's always those people, or anyone, an entrepreneur, business owner, that's willing to adapt, right? Find the gap, that and make the best out of a bad situation. It might be bad, but there's still opportunity. I think that's fantastic. I think it's really fantastic. I'm reading my notes, by the way, as I so all right. So you started online. I'm getting you started online, and then you reached out to your customers online, and for two years you've been growing it online. Now
so in terms of the business and distribution channels, I guess it's obvious. First, I thought it's gonna be business to consumer, B2C. I never thought that the product salons will be interested. I knew my product was good, and I still
yes.
And I know I'm so proud of this product, because I know how much results, the beautiful amazing results it gives. So obviously, people were trying, but there was a lot of people in the professional industry who also tried the product, and they really liked it. So really see the great results after those eye masks. So they really wanted to incorporate it into their treatments. Like when they do, let's do facial, and they use a part of the facial, or when they do like lash extensions or something, they later on I introduce a lip mask as well. So it helps them climb on top, plus you moisturize your lips.
That is a great endorsement, isn't it? When the beauty professionals themselves adopt your product to sell to their customers, it means to me it says that that your product works.
It does.
That's fantastic. So is that the mix now? What's your retail versus wholesale mix?
It's probably
you don't want
so
to,
there is like there is another interesting part. So there are kind of 3 channels. So one is business to consumer, one is business to retailer, and the other one is another, like a third channel is distribution channel. Is I call them distribution centers, but the ones who buy from me in bulk in a big quantity, and they resell it to the salons, like trade only.
Understood. Yeah. Fantastic.
So probably, I mean, obviously, online is still the biggest. Like it's probably 50% of all the sales, and then 25, I would say. But we starting also to grow overseas. So we have a few salons who buy in US. We just recently had the one lady from Switzerland, and a few US, and obviously New Zealand. Yes, New Zealand.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Look, anyone who's watching this right now and thinking, how crazy is that? It's not crazy, right? I've seen it happen over and over again, right? Anyone that's willing to shift slightly, dodge, what's happening, and go straight and understand your customer, right? That's fantastic.
But really, like the thing as well, like if there are businesses who I think like you have to really think about a lot of things. I never thought about that, when I priced my product, I never thought about selling it to the
wholesale
salon or to the,
Oh, look, you're onto a good product when that is amazing. That is so amazing. Okay, wait, hang on. But 2 years on, I think you've come full circle. I stalked you on LinkedIn, okay? But and this thing about this pop-up booth.
So yes,
that's really cool.
So the thing is, the product, the business. I used to live in Perth. So we started the business in Perth, and last year, when you always say in the beginning of the year, it was 2021. Me and my husband, we were like, be ready for the next chapter. So we said, okay, what should we do? Okay, move to another city. So we decided that for his career and for the business myself, I thought that Sydney would be the right place to grow the business. Only because of there's so much more opportunities, I thought, for the business, like to meet people. I love how in COVID a lot of people have pivoted in a lot of online courses and everything, but I still feel like nothing can replace face-to-face, and I do like to do business face-to-face, meet the person, feel the person, and that's important for me. That's why I thought if we move to Sydney, I might open more opportunities for the business and for myself. So that's why we moved to Sydney. And then I think Perth is a bit different, but in the Sydney, I saw so many pop-ups, in the shopping centers. I think because the city is bigger, so much more people, density, and more shopping centers, but like not big ones, small ones, like small local ones, but they're quite cute and nice, and they're quite busy. And that's why I was thinking, I was always watching them, and I was thinking, let's try to do a pop-up. And we did 2 just recently in June. We just did the 2 quickly pop-ups, and I think it was amazing. The amount, I met the customers face to face. I got a feedback, and it gave me so much food of because I always think what's the next product I'm launching, what I'm launching, But because I met the customers, I met the people, and I have spoken with them, it just gives me so much clear direction. What do I want to do next?
100%. Like when I meet business owners who don't want to talk to their customers, I feel that they've missed such a big opportunity, isn't it? I think as business owners, as entrepreneurs, in fact, I still handle the customer service chat line for one of my businesses. You know, it comes up on my phone and I'll just jump in and, you know, and talk to them, right?
Yeah.
The business partner is the same. When I had my fashion label, when I was a partner in the fashion label, I would put myself on the floor on Saturdays. You know, I would come in, I mean, we had staff, but I would sit there and I would pretend to be staff and I would serve the customers. And it's, exactly, you all of a sudden you get this quick feedback about what your customers like, don't like, isn't it? Like, you know, I call it the aha moment. You know, so when you're talking to a customer and then you show them a product and you see their eyes light up for just for that split second, right? They go, ooh. And you know, right, that you've hit them here, and you know you're onto something. That's And
when I was doing pop-ups, like, I mean, obviously some people I met, they knew my product and they knew me, but a lot of products, I mean, obviously a lot of people didn't know me and didn't know the product. So I always like say to them, come and try the product, like try it on your hand. You don't have to try it on your skin, like you have a makeup, obviously, and we don't want to ruin it, but try it on your skin. And I said, just try it and you will see the difference straight away. But some people did put them on and walk around the shopping center and then come back to me after 5 or 20 minutes.
Fantastic.
So no, it was amazing.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, as again, online service, like, you know, it's great, and as a business, it's really like convenience and important, but nothing beats the face-to-face interaction.
100%. All right. So did you get a chance to talk about your sustainability angle when you were talking to your customers?
Yes, a lot of them. A lot of people love it, you know. They love it. Like we have different range of products, and I'm like, the other product I'm really like proud of is it's like a face mask. It's like a sheet mask, but it's for the face, and it is Australia's first 100% biodegradable face mask in 100% biodegradable packaging. So even if it's like, it looks pink, I made it look pretty, but it's actually paper. So the packaging itself biodegrades like in the environment within 4.5 months, because all this kind of packaging, it's made of foil, and as we know, like it takes like 100 years to biodegrade. I mean, and you know, like, and then sometimes it's like, it's so painful for me because like a lot of big companies, they say, oh, we're so sustainable because we have natural ingredients. But I was like, but all your packaging is plastic. So we're like, okay, you did one thing good, but the packaging, like, because how many, like, you know, like shampoos and everything, like right now I'm trying to develop like face, because I got that feedback from the customers. Right now I'm trying to develop face cream and eye cream, but like a month of time I have spent trying to find nice sustainable packaging, not just a plastic. I spent a lot of nights.
I get it. Look, the system isn't geared. It isn't geared for true life cycle sustainability.
No, and it's hard. I understand. You know, it's hard. You know, but I think it's doable.
But I have a feeling if consumers push for it, right, then we have it's like I have you know, it's like it's this thing I think about, right? It's like, what planet am I giving to my children?
Exactly.
You know, and I don't know how kids know this. Our millennials know this. Our Gen Z knows this, right? They feel it. They feel that, you know, that their planet that they're going to inherit is been messed up.
Yes.
You know, and it's up. And as a parent, how can you say to your child, you know, carry on, mate, I'll be dead. I'll be gone in 50 years. You fix my problems.
Exactly. That's what motivates me. You know.
I think that's great. And I think with young people or people that, you know, anyone that wants sustainability, you need to push for it, right? And there's enough money in the system. I think people especially in our first world countries, I know inflation is going crazy at the moment, but you know, we can't afford to pay a little bit more.
Exactly.
You know? If we don't do it, who will, right? All right. So I think that sustainability story is great. I think your COVID story is great. Finding the opportunities, it's amazing. Right? It's like anyone that wants to see what it takes to get a skincare or health or a beauty brand up and running, watch Kenzina, because they're doing it right. All right, I got one more question. Aha. All right. So last year we did a campaign together.
You did, yes.
Yeah. And now between then and now, I've been told that you've got some new products in the pipeline. Any sneak peeks for us?
Yeah. I love the June campaign with you. Like the talent you have, they were amazing and they were so creative. Yeah. Like usually, you know, sometimes it's so hard to find like content creators who's not just gonna do unpackaging and just try it on the product, but actually do something creative with this. And like your talent, I really enjoyed it. Like was so many like fun videos, like the talent you have chosen to run my campaign were amazing, and I loved it. Like it was just great. And we, like in a few other creators, like we still sometimes talk with each other, like through the messages and stuff. Like it's kind of grown a little bit beyond than just once-off campaign. So it was great. Yeah.
I think that's the key, right? The reason why we started Rubysoda was because I know for a fact that that the person that advocates for a product doesn't necessarily is very valuable in the transaction. The word of mouth and the trust, right? And some people and our influencers, that's what they do. I mean, they're supposed to be they are the trust factor in the equation, and then when I hear from some retailers how they've been ripped off by unscrupulous influencers, or influencers themselves say that brand ripped me off, I find it kind of hurts me a bit. And I'm like, wait, it needs to be a fair exchange. I think it needs to be a fair exchange, and I also feel that cynical. Here's one. We talk about Gen Z and millennials. Absolutely cynical, right? We know that, like my son's 23, and he switches off when there's an ad. He doesn't care, right? Because they're trying to sell me something, Whereas with someone that I trust, I have an affinity to, talks about a particular product or a particular lifestyle, I'll listen, and we're so wired that way. I think we're very, very wired to trust. Not big corporations. I think that day and age is over. All right. Thank you. Thanks for those good. So, is there anything new you want to talk about or that's happening in Kenzina?
Well, I can talk about Kenzina all day long. We will leave it till next time, till we have something
okay,
new
guys,
to talk about.
Stay tuned. All right. So Zarina's just said, right, that there is something big coming, which means and she's not ready to talk about it, but you need to watch out because I'm guessing there's some new stuff in the pipeline.
That's right.
All right, fantastic. Thank you so much. Is there anything else you want to say before we wrap this up?
No, just if you need the best eye mask, lip mask, or face mask, come here. And we have another amazing product. So that's it.
100%. All right. Thank you so much, Zarina. Have a great day. And thanks for joining our live.
Have a good weekend.